I've got to give you a little bit of a funny answer to this one, in that some teams that I'd worked with, the leader had brought me on to do another team session, and I had lunch with this team before we actually did the session, which was a delight. And some of the participants came up to me and said, "I hear you're going to get us standing on the tables over lunch." And I don't know what rumours had gone around, but I don't get people standing on the tables. So I don't know what they've been told. But that's not something I do quite yet. Maybe one day. But when I do team sessions, there's always a lot of energy amongst people. There's a lot of as I mentioned, meaningful conversation. So there's high level engagement. It's never me telling, it's not a teacher lecture kind of situation. It's a highly interactive and highly engaging. There might be a few, depending on the context of this is for team sessions, depending on the context of the team session, i.e. the outcome where we're getting to, there might be lots of work around body language. There might be some, getting up and moving about. Nothing like standing on the tables, but there might be a bit of getting up and moving about. I am actually an advanced yoga teacher, so even in some of my team sessions I've done a little bit of just desk yoga, no handstands or pretzel shapes. So it does depend on the outcome for that team, but yeah, they're very, very highly interactive. And then when it's one-to-one, it really does depend. So some now, thankfully, we're out of COVID. Some leaders like me to go to their office and work with them directly on the premises, and that can look like sharing notes, sharing images, sharing graphs, spreadsheet. That can look like a lot of let's call it data sharing. And then when it's online, there is sometimes some reading to do in between sessions. Sometimes it really does depend on what's coming up for each individual through the lens of their strengths. But again, the sessions are highly interactive, and I'd like to think a lot of listening goes on. My part.